Good morning. Happy to have everybody here. My name is Jamie Watson. As a former 12-year pro and a 10-year now soccer broadcaster, I am delighted to be here for today's massive announcement. I have had the pleasure of seeing soccer at every level in this country from top to bottom, and I can assure you what we are here to announce today will not disappoint as one of the premier matchups that will have the eyes of the world right here in Cleveland. But as a broadcaster and now on television, I am well aware that none of you are here to hear me speak. You're here to hear our guest speaks. So I'm going to bring up our first guest speaker for today. Peter John Baptiste is the Chief Communications Officer for Haslam Sports Group, which owns and operates the Cleveland Browns, Major League Soccer's Columbus Crew SC. That one's personally my favorite right there. And also the NBA's Milwaukee Bucks. With over a decade of experience with HSG, Peter establishes the organization's communication strategy while overseeing all the Browns' business and football communications functions. Peter also works closely with all HSG properties in an advisory role on their communications efforts, including large-scale events, like the one we're announced today here at Huntington Bank Field. So, without further ado, please help me welcome Peter John Baptiste.
Thanks, Jamie. Great to be here. Today is an exciting day for Cleveland, exciting day for Huntington Bank Field. I'll get right to it. We get to announce as part of the Road to 26 series, we got two great nations coming here to participate in a nice match right before the World Cup starts. And those two nations are Brazil and Egypt. Here's the great unveil. So great large-scale events like this don't happen in Cleveland without great collaboration. We got great collaboration with the Greater Cleveland Sports Commission as well as with Unified Events. And it's Cleveland is really, this isn't the first time we've had global superstars, soccer superstars coming and playing on the pitch here at Huntington Bank Field. Actually, just last April, the Columbus Crew hosted Inter Miami, and there was a certain soccer player from another country, not these two, that participated, and we had 60,000 people in our stadium, and that set a crew attendance record. So we're hoping that same type of energy comes for this event at HSG. We really take pride in hosting big events and bringing big events to this market so we can have a huge economic impact on the city and a huge community impact as well. So we're really excited about this June 6th event right here at Huntington Bank Field. The energy is going to be here. We're going to have great attendance, and we really welcome Brazil and Egypt to come here and put on a great match. With that, I'll kick it back to Jamie. Thanks so much.
Peter's humble and didn't admit the fact that the Columbus Crew beat that Inter Miami team with one certain great number 10. It was a thrilling matchup. I remember watching that one and just being enthralled with how good it looked on television. I cannot wait to see how good it'll be when we beat that record of over 60,000 and we help sell out this place on June 6th. Very excited about that. Wow, two massive teams. I told you it was a massive announcement. That word gets thrown around in this area quite a bit, and rightfully so. It is a big occasion in a World Cup year to be able to bring teams of this caliber just 5 days before the greatest global soccer event this world has ever seen, the FIFA Men's World Cup, kicks off. It takes a village. It takes a team to be able to do that. Peter alluded to that, and our next guest speaker will be able to speak even more to that. David Gilbert serves as the president and CEO of Greater Cleveland Sports Commission, an organization dedicated to making Greater Cleveland the nation's foremost destination for large-scale sporting events, and Destination Cleveland, the region's Convention and Visitors Bureau. Please put your hands together and help me welcome David Gilbert.
Amy, thank you. You're talking about it takes a village. Cleveland really has become year in and year out one of the top cities in America for the hosting of major events. We're collectively hosting over 20 large national events this year. This will be absolutely at the top of the list. But it doesn't happen by accident. It's a very deliberate effort of partners around the community who are incredibly committed to making this happen. And we're so proud to work with the Browns and HSG on so much of that. And My first huge thanks is to the entire Browns team for making this happen. So thank you. And also to Ricardo, and you're going to hear from him, but it means a lot you would entrust our community with this event. Because it is going to be huge. We believe we are going to sell it out. You're going to have incredible energy. You're going to be thrilled that you chose Cleveland, but you had to have the trust in us to do that. So we very much appreciate it. As was mentioned, an incredible event, 2 great teams. We're going to have 3 of the top 20 players in the world playing in our stadium right here. As Peter said, leading up to the World Cup, the eyes of the soccer world will be on Cleveland on that day. It is an enormous event. Said we expect over 60,000 people, huge number of those from outside of the Cleveland area, from out of state. It is a way for people to get a piece of the World Cup when they may not otherwise be able to in other places, so we're very excited about that. We expect the economic impact of this event will be over $18 million in new direct spending in our community. And for us to be able to announce something like that today, which is only 4 months away, or not even 4 months away, is incredibly exciting. I think what I would just close is that I know that this community takes great pride in our ability to host these kinds of events so successfully year in and year out. And I guess what I just want to close with where I started as a huge thank you both to Ricardo and to the Browns for playing the lead and making this happen. So thank you.
Wow, the scale in which you guys were able to operate and bring so many events, over 20 events onto this area is incredible just this year alone. And the scale of bringing this one together is very impressive. And the collaborative nature is very evident. It's been great to see. I can assure you that doesn't happen everywhere in all the communities and all the cities that we go in and speak in, but it's very evident here right off the bat. So I commend you for that. So we'll keep this going now, and I get to introduce not only a friend, but a former teammate of mine. This gentleman has been alluded to by both David and Peter today as somebody that spearheads one of the greatest collective of individuals that are trying to bring the best teams right here, not only to the United States, but also to really important cities that support soccer. And that was evident with that matchup that we spoke to, but I'm excited to see how we're going to be able to push the threshold and set that bar even higher. Ricardo Velar has been the global soccer consultant for Florida Citrus Sports since 2020, and he also serves as the CEO of the FC Series, a global platform that combines sports, music, entertainment, which he founded in 2014. But not only that, before that, Ricardo was born in Brazil. He came to the United States to attend Penn State University. He was a first-team All-American, led Penn State to be number 1 in the country. Following Penn State, Ricardo played professionally for 9 years. The greatest year was when we were teammates. My words, not his. Off the field, Ricardo founded 2SV Sports in 2005, an exchange program developing student athletes in Brazil and placing them in U.S. colleges through sports. He's the man that can pick up the phone and, well, you can call a lot of those players that are on the screen right there. There's Vinny Jr. up there. There's Neymar will be in attendance as well for the Egypt side. We have Mo Salah, Omar Marmoush, some incredible players. But enough of me talking about them. Let's bring the man that's responsible for helping make this happen. And I'll tell you a little bit more about the teams. Please help me welcome my friend, my former teammate, Ricardo Velar.
Morning, everyone. Well, we're also thrilled to be here. You guys talked about commitment, collaboration. I think that's the key. So I just want to take you guys in a little journey of what took to make this happen and understanding how important and everything that goes on to a team like Brazil and Egypt, choosing for their one game, the final test before the summer, a place to play and against each other. It's no easy task. So I have to mention a person here that's very important in this process. His name is Jonathan Scheinman, our partners at UE Unified Events. We started looking at what could be the ideal scenario where these teams can train, feel at home, at the same time play each other in a big stage that makes sense logistically for them. It makes sense, obviously, you want commercially to be in the spotlight, and at the same time in an area that all those things come together. And it's not just weather and location, but it's also who is there. Who's giving you the support? What are the stakeholders in town that are able to make this a better process for you that you can trust in such an important process and less period of preparation before the biggest event of every 4 years in soccer. So I really want to thank the Cleveland Browns, obviously the Haslam Sports Group that has helped us in the past with the crew, as you guys mentioned, when Man City played Chelsea here 2 years ago in Ohio, and now again for not only having the game here, but also hosting trainings and being able to open the facility and working with us in a time that we know also is a summer and the team is coming back also for the other football, and that was key. Obviously, the Greater Cleveland Sports Commission to getting together and everybody being on the same page, helping us push this and making this possible. There's a lot of things that go on behind the scene, and we're really thrilled to see this type of teams playing each other. They haven't played each other since, I would say, 2011. It's always been great games. You know who leads Liverpool today as the big star coming to town. You know who leads Barcelona and Real Madrid and other places, and I'm not going to have to say the name of the players again, but all of those stars will be in the field. It is an important game for them. It's such a big event that we're really happy to bring to town, and I hope everyone here can enjoy it. And surely there'll be some Brazilian party in the stands and Egyptian as well, and then hopefully a good atmosphere for everyone to get ready for the final test. So appreciate everyone's effort on this and making this possible.
Wow. Ricardo talked about it. It is the last stop on what we are calling the Road to 26. Florida Citrus Sports and Unified Events starts this off on March 26th with France versus Brazil, and it makes its way 5 days before the World Cup right here to Huntington Bank Field. And what Ricardo astutely alludes to as the last stop before the World Cup. The next time you'll see both Brazil and Egypt play is in the FIFA Men's World Cup. We are that close to kick off of the greatest global sporting event, and the last stop for these two teams is right here in Cleveland at Huntington Bank Field. Quite the accomplishment, quite the achievement. So with all that said, who's excited for June 6th? There we go. If you want to find out more information as the build-up, there'll be media accreditation as well, tickets, information, everything you could possibly need to know about the Road to 26 and the stop here in Cleveland. Please go to roadto26.com for more information. Fans, you can sign up for pre-sale now. Tickets go on sale to the general public February 26th at 10 a.m. These tickets are going to sell quickly. We are going to set a new record. That's the goal. That's the aim. And with this group leading charge, the ceiling gets higher and higher. And I'm looking forward to you guys smashing through that ceiling. We have a few minutes now for some individual questions on the side with David, with Peter, and with Ricardo, just over here to the side. And after that, we'll be heading to the field for some photos. We'd like to invite everyone out to go join us. And with that, we'd like to thank you for your attendance today. Thank you very much.